think I just bumped the tripod.
Oh, don't do that.
My legs are too long. I'm too tall. The chair's not short enough.
You want to sit on the floor?
I think if we sat on the floor, we'd be the only floss tubers to do an on the floor episode. I actually like that idea.
We probably couldn't get up off the floor.
Oh God, no! Not after sitting on the floor for an hour. We sure wouldn't be able to.
No. All right. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. How are you? I'm Nancy from Always in Stitches, and this is
Peter.
From
Always in Stitches.
Yeah, we let him stay here. Do you know what Flosstube number this is?
No.
No. Well, we've had quite a gap since the last one. I think Cindy and I did the last one, but it wasn't about like new products and things. It was about our trip to St. Charles.
Y'all had fun.
Oh, we did. We did. And we're looking forward to the next couple trips we got planned, so I'm excited. So what'd you do this weekend?
I have no idea. I knit on a sweater.
Okay.
I have a vest that I'm knitting on too, so I knit on a sweater and a vest. That's what I did. Lots of knitting. Basically 8 hours of knitting one day and a few hours of knitting the next day.
Know what I did?
I know what you did.
That was Friday.
I know what you did last summer.
Oh, no, don't tell about that. No. What did I...
You were in a lake on a cabin.
No, I was in the cabin on the lake.
You were in the cabin on the lake.
Oh, gee.
You know what we were talking about in the Stitch group last, on Saturday that met here at the shop?
What's that?
The Cross Stitch group. Do you remember the series... Oh gosh, now I can't remember. Help me out, Jen. Maybe if you say it, I can hear you out there.
Say it loudly.
Okay, you know where you can't escape death?
Okay.
You can't escape it. It'll come and get you no matter what. What series am I talking about? That movie, do you remember?
I don't know because I don't watch creepy movies. I like the romances and things like that.
Does Hallmark have creepy romantic Halloween movies?
Nope.
Oh, I have to remember this.
They only have happy movies.
Final Destination.
Oh, okay.
That's what we were talking about. Okay, that's too bad.
I don't plan on seeing it, so you could tell.
Well, whatever you do, don't watch Final Destination.
Okay, I will.
It'll live in your brain forever.
Yeah, no. Things that live in my brain.
We were talking about all the things that have changed our behaviors on how we approach things because of Final Destination. Because of the scenes in Final Destination and what happens to the characters. So we've all changed like how we do things based upon this movie.
I have enough 3 o'clock in the morning thoughts that I don't need scary ones. So, I mean, the other night, oh my gosh, we do digress, but the other night I had gotten up and went to the bathroom and I came back and I was just ready to fall back asleep. And I don't know if it was a neighbor across the street or if it was a car coming down the road, but they revved it up to the max.
Was it a diesel truck?
No,
Okay.
It was a car. Now, the person across the street owns a Mustang that can be pretty loud, so it could have been them or it could have been a car, but I had to peel myself off the ceiling. It scared me. It was very unexpected at 3 o'clock in the morning. So... yeah. So anyway, back to the weekend.
Well, at 5 or 6 in the morning, I have a neighbor behind the house, across the street. How do I say that? Across the street, behind the house.
Well, whichever.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, they have a diesel truck that they warm up. So they go out there, they start it, and it has a turbo. So when he warms up an engine and presses down on the accelerator pedal, it has that whining. You know how it whines? The engine whines, and it goes. And like it'll wake me up, and I'm like, "What?"
That sounded like a cow.
The first time I heard it, I was like, "What on earth is that? And why is this happening?" Oh man.
Well, we had a sad moment on Saturday that my husband was bemoaning, but I was happy about it. I cleaned out the garden. It's done.
Really?
I'm done with the garden. But before I pulled the plants up, I picked everything off of them that I could. And
wow.
I have a gallon bag plus of jalapeno peppers and banana peppers that I have to pickle and can. And then there were a few tomatoes. And I did pick probably about 2 dozen green tomatoes, and I have them sitting on my table. So we'll see if what everybody's telling me works
They'll ripen.
that they'll ripen.
Oh, they ripen.
And if they don't, I'll just have fried green tomatoes. So,
Green salsa.
you know, I did that one year, and my husband wouldn't eat it. He looked at it and he said, he goes, "That's not right. It's not supposed to be green." I'm like,
I will
Try it.
never forget when I had green salsa or whatever they call it, where it's
salsa
green.
verde.
Yes.
Yep.
And they use those, the tomatoes with the husks.
Oh, tomatillas. I can't even pronounce that.
Yeah.
Tomatillas.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Yes. Oh, that stuff was so good. And it's weird because, you know, it's, yeah, I get what
Hi,
you're...
Bonnie.
Morning.
I get what your husband's saying, where he's like, that don't look right. Because for a lot of times, I was that person. Like, you know, when you go into the place and you get the stuff, and they make the thing for you, and you can either get it in a bowl or you can get it in a burrito.
Okay. Qdoba.
Yeah, yeah. You stand in line and you contemplate your life's decisions right before your right in front of your eyes on like how much can I load up into this burrito and they can still fold it.
Oh, you can load it. Well, the one item in my white chicken chili that I make is a jar of salsa verde.
Yes.
And I always would get the medium and my eyes would be watering and it was just kind of scary. But I found the mild
Yes.
and I'm like, I can eat it now.
Yes.
So, I mean, he doesn't mind that I put it in there, but he wouldn't just eat it off the
It's
shelf.
because it's hidden.
Oh, he's weird.
It's
But
in there.
It's there.
You don't know it's there, but it's there.
It's there.
It's cooked in with everything else.
Yeah. So I cleaned out the rose bed, got it ready for the winter, cleaned out the perennial bed, and took the round up to 90% of it because I have a plant, it's called Heaven's Keys, and it is so extremely invasive, it's not even funny. It grows where it shouldn't even grow. So most of the perennial bed, I'm going to be starting over next year, so we'll see how that goes. And then I did the garden.
Oh, it's the stitches.
And so then once you tear out the garden, you start thinking about next year. And it
All
always
that
seems...
real estate.
Well, yeah, because about a third of the garden was cool weather crop. I'm not going to do that this year because it was failure. So I'm just not going to consider it. So my husband and I were talking, and I said maybe what I need to do, because I will put 4 tomato plants in a row, and then you can't get in between them. So I said, well, since I have all this space here, maybe I'll just put 2 in a row. And he keeps telling me every year, well, don't put out so many. Well, I only put out 4, like canning or slicing tomatoes, like Better Boy or Early Girl. And then I'll do 4 aroma plants, usually a grape or a cherry tomato, and then a beefsteak, because you got to have those.
Gotta have a slicer.
Yeah. And then it was just peppers and the party time cucumbers. That's really all I put in there this year. So that's kind of where I'm going to keep my thoughts. But I love my little chipmunks that run around my patio. They planted a grape tomato plant just outside my patio. They are the sweetest and the best grape tomatoes I have ever had. So I'm thinking about hanging on to one of those and planting it in a pot now, so that when it starts warming up, it will grow. So I thank my little chipmunks for that. And
Yes.
I try not to chase the cat off because I know that he's after my chipmunks, but so was the hawk that one day I watched grab one of my chipmunks and fly off in the air with him chirping. That was kind of
I would
scary.
be so mad and so upset if a hawk flew away with my garden bunny.
Yeah.
I have the best garden bunny.
I have bunnies, but I don't let them in my garden. They can have the apples that fall off the tree. Speaking of apples, do you know what I did last Sunday?
No.
3 bushels of apples off my tree. I made
Wow.
applesauce.
I didn't even know you had an apple tree.
I do, and for 2 years we thought it had died.
Are they eating apples?
I made applesauce out of them. So usually when I have a good crop, I'll make applesauce or I'll make freezer apple pie filling.
Wow.
So I had plenty of apple pie fillings, so it was time for the freezer. They weren't quite as sweet this year because I don't have to add sugar. So I made the first batch, didn't have sugar, and I thought, well, I'll just use that for baking. So it's okay. And then the second batch, I added maybe about half a cup of sugar. And it's really good applesauce. So, do you like applesauce?
Yeah.
I'll bring you a jar of applesauce. So my husband's like, we
Love
have
applesauce.
more than we'll ever eat. We need to start giving it away. And I'm like, we're not giving away my hard work.
Calm down. Just tell your husband when he gets excited, just say, Rod, just calm down. Everything's going to be okay. Just calm down.
The apocalypse is coming. We will need all this
Just
food.
calm down.
Oh,
Have you ever
gosh.
seen crows frolic?
What is that?
Crows?
Oh, they're actually frolicking?
Yeah, they're like flying in the air and they're kind of like playing. They're like chasing each other. It's the coolest thing I'd ever seen. So when I was blacksmithing the other weekend,
Oh, yeah.
or the other Tuesday and
I
Wednesday,
made an axe.
I made an axe and I did some blacksmithing on coal
You should have
forge.
brought it.
Well, I forgot. I was just, I got there early and everybody was sitting out in their cars. I was like, oh my God, this fresh air is awesome. So I jumped out and sat on the back of this, golf cart type thing where they go and get people from point A to point B. I was just sitting there watching nature and all that good stuff and just being in the moment. And the most amazing thing happened. And these really tall trees were these crows. And these 2 crows were just having the best time of their lives. They were just fluttering like butterflies and they were dancing and they were like chasing each other. They would go kind of down at an angle and then they'd come back up and then they'd go to an angle and then they'd jet left and then turn right and dart. So it was a combination of darting, fluttering like a butterfly,
And
then
dancing.
And dancing. It was, I've never seen it ever. And it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I'll probably never see it again. So now every time I hear a crow, it just makes me think of that moment, and I put a smile on my face because it's so cool.
Yesterday? Yeah, yesterday was Sunday. We were coming home from church, and I looked out in the field, and there were probably 6 or 12 turkey buzzards out there. It had been harvested. And they were kind of like in a half circle. And I'm looking at them, and there was a hawk, like right in the middle of them. And I thought, I wonder if they're after the hawk, or if they're after the stuff in the field. Or did the hawk have a kill, and the turkey buzzards wanted what was left? We kept driving, so I don't know what it was. But, yeah,
How do turkey buzzards not get cold? They don't have any hair.
They just don't have it on their head. They're the ugliest thing in the world. It's like, ugh. All right, let's talk about something happy.
Do you think their mama loves them?
Oh, I'm sure she does, but don't they leave them at birth? They hatch, they feed them, and off. She
man.
pushes them off the nest.
It's
so
like, this is what I've been sitting on for the last month or 2. This is what I get.
she needs to look in the mirror because she
I'm
looks
outta here.
exactly. Okay, I think we need to talk about cross stitch. So, do we want to do about half of our new stuff and then go to my whips and then do the other half? or-
Okay, this is the episode of haul.
Oh my gosh.
Shop haul. This is the episode. I have about 50 patterns. I have about 50 patterns in here. See, these are all the patterns.
Yeah, there's a lot.
See if I can get the angle. So this is all of all the new stuff that we've gotten over the since we did the last Flosstube.
When was that?
Well, we didn't show haul when you and Cindy did it.
No, we showed our haul that we brought back.
Yeah. So this is like 4 weeks or more.
That's a month's worth of
Let's see.
cross stitch.
September 17th.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a month's worth of cross stitch stuff. So
Yeah.
I have a month worth of cross stitch stuff for your viewing pleasure. Here's a little sneak peek.
Yeah, for those of you who remember Lizzie Kate, She retired, but some of her patterns are getting reprinted, and I'm not real sure where Lenine found this one, but she ordered it, and it's cute.
That's adorable. I love this little guy.
Yeah, and it comes with the little bat
Oh my
charm.
gosh, look at the bat charm. I want it
Don't
just
show
for
the
the...
pattern.
Oh my god, I almost showed the pattern, didn't
You
I?
did.
Oh
Just
my
show 'em
gosh.
the front. Show them the front.
How do I do the thing? Here we go. Look.
There you go.
There's the bat, y'all. Look at how cool that little bat is. Wait, is that a bat or a bee?
It's a bat.
Okay.
It's Halloween. It's a bat.
Oh, maybe it's a vampire bee.
Oh, Lisa.
And instead of pollen, they suck blood. Vampire bee.
We need help. Wait, Peter needs help.
It's a vampire bee.
It's not a vampire bee. So do you want to
Oh,
show some
man.
more of those? And then we'll take a break and do whips and then show the rest of them?
Yeah, we got to get through this stuff.
Show them the small ones.
Okay, that was the Lizzie Kate. Here's the Heart and Hand Halloween bird.
Yeah, if you guys are one of the long-legged bird collectors, here's a new one.
Here's a country cottage. I can't read what that says. Santa and
Santa
Rudolph.
and Rudolph. It's the pastel Christmas ornaments. How many of you guys are doing those? Oh, hey Lisa.
Here's a JBW schoolhouse
on my desk
in the round.
It's a book called Celebrate, and it has a note on it that says for giveaways. Can you bring that here?
Here's a JBW Designs Fleur de Noir. I love this one. I think that's really pretty, this Fleur de Noir. Here's Little House Needleworks Log Cabin Mrs. Snow.
Yeah, see
Yeah,
the
that's
snowman?
what it says.
So, how far are you on yours, Peter?
I have 2 done.
Woohoo! I think Cindy's caught up. Maybe she has one left to do.
That's really pretty. Here's Little House Needleworks. Peace!
That's what we need right now.
You know, I was just thinking that in my head, and I kept it in my head.
Well, the community band that I'm a member of, we're getting ready to do our Christmas concert, and we always have to come up with a theme, and our director is having us play Let There Be Peace on Earth. And so I'm toying with the idea of pulling that into the title somehow.
This is Rotisserie House.
No, not rotisserie, patisserie. It's
Well,
a pastry house.
I couldn't pronounce it, so I chose rotisserie.
This is part of the Wisteria House series. I think they might be really close to being done with that one. Thank you, Lisa. We have a new crew member. Her name's Lisa. She's been helping us out this morning.
Blueberry Ridge, where the wildflowers grow.
I really like Blueberry Ridge's patterns. They are a lot like Pansy Patch patterns. They're related somehow.
Oh.
It's one of the sisters, I think,
Oh, now that you say that, because I wondered, yes.
maybe. Yep. Wonder no more.
I am so glad I watched these Flosstubes.
Oh, yeah. You
Because I
learn
wondered
things.
that. I love these. These things are
Yes.
awesome. I remember when you asked me, you said, do we need any more samplers? And you were showing me these where they had spring, summer, fall, and winter. And I was like, well, you can't go wrong with samplers. I think these are stunning. Because the color, the all one color.
It's one color. It's a variegated. You could do it in DMC. You would have 2 colors in there, but why not do it in just one? Takes 3 skeins.
Blueberry Ridge Designs Sampler Seasons Summer. Love that.
I like this one.
This
It's got candy corn, Deborah.
This is Homespun Elegance,
It's got candy corn.
part of the Country Spirits collection, Candy Corn and Friends hanging pouch. So you sew it into a
pouch.
pouch.
And then you fill it with... Oh, Deborah, come and show us your little candy corn holder. He's so cute. Yeah, come around here. Come on. You got to scooch in here. There you go. He's a little Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And look, he's in candy corn. I have to have one.
Okay.
Deborah loves candy corn, so... There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Did you want one,
Deborah.
Peter?
No.
Oh, good. More for me.
This is Lulu Stitch's Mushrooms.
You know, it's funny how things make a full circle. Because back when, what was it? My mother-in-law, she had the canisters. They had the mushrooms on top and had them on the side. I personally thought they were ugly, but then I saw on Facebook that somebody was so excited they found the set at Goodwill. I'm like, okay. I'm not a fan of mushrooms, but that's really cute. Look at the moth on there. It's an acorn.
I'm just trying to make sure I pronounce this correctly because it's a play on words.
Yeah.
Okay, Lulu Stitch's Mothy Corn.
How often?
That is a cool design, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, how often would you see a moth on an acorn?
That's cool. Never, except for here.
Yeah.
With this dude, with this little dude.
And those are done
Is this Into the Woods? Is that a series? This is a series. Okay, so Into the Woods is a series. Let me get all professional here.
Okay.
You have this one.
And they're done on perforated paper.
Oh, good. I'm glad you pointed that out. That would be a detail I would have missed.
Uh-oh.
And then we have Wavy Gourd, Into the Woods.
Got a mushroom on it.
Is that it? Did I run out?
That's it.
Okay.
Just those three so far.
Just those three. And then we have a Petite Christmas Village. For those of you who love to do the JBW ornament books, this would be nice to have because the Petite Christmas Village ornament series.
I think we have the ornament wood pieces. I think.
I saw something over there
Yeah.
that were for holders.
This is good.
Is this
I like
good?
this. Yeah.
This is a good one?
Yeah. You wouldn't think to do stockings at
Oh.
Halloween, but oh my gosh, they show so many different ways to display them. Show them that one. There's a candy corn stocking,
That is cool.
and the trick or treat one on the front's got candy corn. They're all geared around Thanksgiving, Halloween, and all the things that happen.
I would do what's that one where you string them all in a line?
A garland.
I would do a stocking garland because I love knitting socks, and this gives me
Yeah.
that sock vibe.
And
And,
it
I just
wouldn't-
think doing a garland, or heck, decorating a spooky tree.
Oh yeah. Okay. How big are
Love
they?
a spooky tree, 3x5.
Okay, so they're small. They're gonna go fast, and they for the now, just fold it. You can. I don't know if you can see it on that one. The hanger is just black and orange seed beads, so that's kind of a cool hanger. That one's cool.
I mean, there are a ton of these.
Yeah. If you have any of the other Halloween Blackbird designs, this cat and the house, they're used several times in their patterns.
I love that. Oh, I have a tip for you too. For those of you who are carving Halloween pumpkins, instead of throwing a candle in there, throw a glow stick in there.
Cool.
And then you don't have to worry about the pumpkin getting cooked and all nasty.
Oh, is that why it gets all nasty?
Yeah.
I
'cause the
thought it
heat-
was just because,
the heat, it gets hot inside, and then so
and then it invites the
cooks.
mold and
it just
gets mushy.
it bakes.
Yep. So can you eat them?
Yeah, you can eat them.
Not if it's got mold in it. Yuck.
Well, as long as it's not moldy.
There's your crow. Who's that knocking at my door?
So there's a lot more in this little Halloween book. And 3x5 inches, they're not very big. That's
Nope, not at all.
what we're saying. Is this all a series?
I don't think so.
Ooh, man, we got
We
an
got stuff.
amazing stash.
Well, why don't you show everybody?
Because I'm trying to figure out whether to... Oh! This is my favorite. I think Cotton Pixels is amazing. I'm doing a bat. An Argyle bat.
Oh,
from
fun.
Cotton Pixels designs, and I just love the Halloween cat. Love it. Okay, I need a break. I'm worn out. That was a lot of patterns,
He's worn out.
and we still have 100 more.
And 99. Okay, so I'll take a minute to do my whips, what I've got. Do you have any whips?
I ain't got no whips.
Why not? What have you been
I don't
doing?
know.
Peter's in his knitting stage right
knitting.
now.
I've been knitting like a crazy fool.
I think he's preparing for winter. So,
Should I get it?
yeah,
I have the sweater I'm wearing. I knit.
there you go.
Y'all
I
have
remember
seen
when you
this.
were working on that.
Yeah.
I remember when you were trying to decide the ribbing
Yes.
around there and the neckline if they should be different. And I
Yeah.
said, why not? So
Yeah.
what's the bottom ribbing?
Blue.
Blue. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it looks good.
Okay, let
You
me go.
add variety.
Okay, you're in
He'll
charge
be right back. I'm
for
in
the
charge.
next minute.
Oh,
I'm gonna get a piece of chocolate and
chocolate.
find my I got raspberry chocolate, dark chocolate from the store next door.
Well, I'll show a couple more patterns while he's gone. This is Little House Needleworks Sun, Moon, and Stars. And I think everything's in there. So there you go. That almost looks like a mini sampler type thing. And then we have bits and pieces of autumn. So if you're looking for something small, there's a good small pattern that you can do. And then Little House Needleworks Pumpkin Hill House. That would be a fun place to live. We went to Canal Days at Metamora last Saturday, and we went through a small town called Maple Valley. And I told my husband, I said, oh, that's a Hallmark movie town.
Is it?
I think they have several movies that deal with maple sugar. Some of them are based up in like New Hampshire in that area. But I thought that would be a perfect place to live.
I love those Hallmark movies.
I do too.
She said you could come in.
This is my hat I wore today.
And she will show you what she has and she will talk with you.
That's some pretty
but
color
you
work.
cannot stay during the class.
It's my favorite. Okay.
How's that chocolate?
This is really good.
Notice he didn't share.
It's raspberry.
I like raspberry.
Yeah.
This is pretty.
There you go.
So this is what Peter's been doing instead of cross stitching.
No problem.
Look at that ribbing on the bottom. It's two different colors.
It's corrugated ribbing.
That's
Call
cool.
that corrugated ribbing.
It's not your typical ribbing. It's more ridged than normal. Those are pretty colors.
Thanks.
I like the brown and the bluish gray together.
It'll be very cozy. And it looks like it's going to fit. I was really worried about it, about not fitting. I'm trying to decide how far I am. I mean, I don't have much more to go before I start shaping for the collar. And then I will cut the armholes open
That scares me to death.
where the bridge stitches are. So this is called a steek, and what you do is you knit these bridge stitches in there so that way you can continue knitting in the round. This pattern was written to be worked flat, but I am adapting it so I can knit it in the round, and I hope it works out right.
I hope so too, because that's a lot of work for it not to.
I mean, I only half know what I'm doing, so
That's
it's
scary.
intimidating to do something that you don't know how to do, because I don't know how to configure patterns to do something different than what the pattern says to do. So we'll see.
Yeah, I have to have a pattern. You know what I found in my sewing room the other day?
What? A ball of yarn?
Oh,
sock.
I have several balls of yarn in there. But I found a Halloween hat pattern and all the yarn to make it. I don't think I'm going to get it done for this year.
Wait, when you say you found a Halloween hat, is it for knitting?
Yeah,
Is it Fair Isle?
it's color work.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, you got to work on that because, I mean, you only got to do a row or two a day. Hats go super fast.
But I have other things I like to do too. I like to take my knitting when we're going on a trip.
Uh-huh.
I cannot cross stitch in the car because it's too bouncy, and I end up stabbing myself more than the fabric.
Yeah.
I can read and I can knit or crochet in the car because that, I mean, I can make a good stab with the needles
Yeah.
on the stitch, but I have to finish the shawl that I'm working on. I'm now to the end section.
Oh, nice.
So a couple more trips and it should be done. Actually, I need to just sit down and do it. But I'll show you what I've been doing instead. I think maybe a month ago,
Yeah.
I showed that I was working on hot cocoa and Christmas cheer. Well, I got it done. I don't know if I showed you guys my
I don't remember.
finish.
Maybe you did. I don't know.
Maybe I did with
I
Cindy,
can't remember.
but I love the Santa hat. So this is all done. I put all of my finished pieces like this together that I've been working on since May. I have 6 I need to fully finish.
You have 6?
This is ridiculous. I need to just
Well,
take a
if you-
day
if
and
you-
finish.
If you put them in a drawer, that means you could start a new one.
I don't put them in the drawer. I keep them stacked
Do you know how much
next
time
to me.
it takes to finish a project, fully finished? Because you got to contemplate how are you going to do
I
it? Where are
already
you going to
have.
put
That's
it
the
in?
thing. So this, if you look at how they finished it here,
Oh wow,
I really liked it. So I made the trip to Hobby Lobby.
the hoblob.
I got my frame. Whoops. So there's my frame. It was $7.49.
Love it.
And then this is the fabric that will go in here. That'll be the background. Do they have rickrack? Yeah, they've got a
Yeah.
little bit of rickrack in there. And then this will go over that. So see, I have everything. I just need to get her done.
It's mounted on a beautiful board, and then on the background it has fabric for the background, and it's got rickrack. It's cool. And then you got to paint it. Are you gonna paint it? Or are
I
you gonna
think
leave
I
it
am.
nude?
I mean, I've
leave
got
it naked?
several others that are naked.
What color are you gonna paint it?
I think, I kind of like green.
That's what I was thinking.
Like a evergreen green.
yes, yes, like
A hunter green.
something
or,
that you showed me that you did embroidery work on. That green.
Oh, no, I want a
No?
darker green.
Darker than that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Not your typical Christmas green, but more of a hunter green. a
Hunter
dark.
green. I like the hunter green.
Yeah.
I think that'll give you the contrast and make it pop.
So after I finished hot cocoa, I had all these together, so I just had to go with it. I did warm winter wishes. These are all primrose. And isn't that cute?
That is so adorable. Move
Now-
it over a little bit right there.
You don't want to be covered up?
No, you got the focus box right there. It's got focus.
Okay, so I did this on 20 count
God, that looks good.
vintage country mocha.
20 count.
20 count. I really hadn't, and I don't know why I had a 20 count. But as I got started on it, I thought,
What's going
do
on
you
here?
stitch over 1? Do you stitch over 2? So I started stitching over 2, and I did not like it. So I went over 1.
Love that.
And it makes them smaller, but gosh, it gives it such a different
It
look.
does. I when I saw it in your hand and when you were putting it up on camera, I was like, wait a minute, that looks really cool. Why does that
Yeah.
look so good? And it's that 20 count.
And I have never stitched on 20 count until I did this. Who knows why I had it in my stash, but I did.
Look at those little baby French knots and that
Yeah.
little ornament string.
Yeah. The reason I pulled that fabric out is because I cut all the other pieces wrong.
I want to stitch on 20
So-
count.
It's
Look
actually
how cute
fun.
that is.
Yeah, it makes. And I thought about it today. Was it today or last night?
Oh, look at that little baby pillow. He's going to be so cute.
Actually, I think I'm going to add some fabric to make it a little bigger, kind of border it.
Yeah, you want a nice border because my biggest pet peeve is when you stuff these things and then the design wraps towards
yeah,
the back.
and you can't see it.
Yeah, I like it where it's nice and centered so you can see
Yeah.
it. And you got plenty of fabric to do that with.
Oh yeah. I think I might have some Christmas fabric in my stash. Maybe.
I don't know, you might have to dig pretty deep.
Not really. It's all there on top. So then after I finished that one, I think I did 5 shop samples. So that kind of pushed cross
5
stitch.
shop samples.
5 of them.
5.
Yes.
5 shop samples.
I did 2 bags. I know I'm going to forget what all I did. 2 bags,
Lisa, may I help you?
2 pillows. Now here's a tip.
Yes, ma'am.
When we get some panels in, sometimes we get them for placemats. If you don't put placemats on your table, but you really, really like the design, make pillows out of them. They make a really good size pillow. I did I think it was called American Beauty. Is that it? Maybe. It has roosters on it, and it's red, white, and blue.
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing is cool.
So what I did is I took what we didn't have a full panel at the end of the bolt, so we really can't do anything with this. So they brought it to me, and I said, I'm going to make some pillows. So I put muslin and batting, and then the panel piece, and I quilted it. Then I cut it up, sewed it together, and stuffed it. Don't tell my grandson, but that's what he's getting for Christmas. So I don't even know what else I did. But hi, Paige. She's trying to sneak by. But they're all out on the floor, so if you come in the shop, you'll be able to see them. So then after I got done with those, I thought, I need to start another cross stitch. Always have to have some cross stitch going. So I went through my little
20 count?
bag of pattern. It's going down.
Oh my
I
goodness.
mean, from what I
it is.
had, it's really going down.
It really is.
Christmas trees and stitching, please.
A little to the left right there where that square is.
There.
There you go.
Perfect.
Where the white square is. Yeah.
I can't see, then I have to lean sideways.
Oh.
So this is when I started, and I did go on 20 count.
Yes!
This is so cute.
Oh man, these things look amazing on 20 count.
There's what I move my arms if I need to. My hoop kind of. Wow. But look at that little spool right there with the tree on top of it. So, and right here I'm starting the word trees, and I thought it was interesting that it's outlined almost in a darker green and then a lighter green.
And you're still doing the 2 strands, correct?
Mm-hmm. 2 strands over 1. And
Love
I
it.
just, these go fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot of big projects that are just kind of in timeout. So to crank these things out, it makes it so much fun. And yes, it is 20 count vintage country Milka. So my hand was hurting last night, so I didn't get to work on it much. So that's hard work pulling plants out of the ground. So
any work is hard work.
well, that and plus the weather change, and I hate to say that I'm getting old, but I think I have some arthritis in my hands, in my thumbs, so to grip, it's a little painful at times. So the weather change, I felt it in my hands, felt it in my back. It was just painful because I was down on the ground, bending over,
Oh, that's the worst.
standing
Okay.
on my head.
I remember one time when I was bending over, pulling weeds in the tomato garden one year. This was like, I don't know, 5 years ago.
Oh, not yesterday.
And or it was either that or no, I wasn't bending over. Sorry, I was squatting. You know when you squat,
Oh, that hurts.
but you're not sitting? I was squatting, okay, and I was pulling weeds. So as you're pulling weeds, all you're focusing on is the weeds because you just get in this mindset where you're just pulling weeds, you're going for it. Well, then when I went to get up, it was like I had a hard time getting up. Well, I got up,
Sure.
but then the next day, like I ended up, my knee was all messed up. I had to wear a knee brace for like 6 months. I don't know what I did. I don't know.
Okay, I have 4 Christmas patterns right here left to do.
Just 4.
Just 4. This is what I put all together for the retreat in May. Now this one, sip, stitch, and repeat. I'm not doing it in Christmas colors like they have. Because as I looked at it, it's not overly Christmas. I don't know if you can see the colors, but I'm changing
Are you doing Americana?
the red, and the green is going to be blue. So this one I can have out
Special paint.
all the time.
Year round.
So, I mean, sip, stitch, and repeat, that's what I do all the time, so why not?
Yeah, that's what you do all the time.
Yeah, so, do you think I'll have this empty by the end of the year?
Oh, possibly, yes.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, yes. As long as you don't do 5 more shop samples.
Well, actually,
Are you making Christmas gifts this year? Or are you buying?
there's a few that actually I started really early, and I had this, it's a little circle pouch. It's got a zipper on it and a key ring. And I thought, most of my girls have earbuds or something that they could put in that little zipper thing. So I made 3 or 4 of them. And then I had a chapstick holder. Now these are all in my embroidery machine. And so I made 3 or 4 of those for the girls to go in their stockings. So I'll put chapstick in them. So those I've had done for one. I did kitchen towels for them. And what else? I bought their candles. And I bought their hand soaps that they like. So I've got a good start.
Yeah, you do.
One of my grandsons that I'm doing the pillows for, you were kind enough to pick up a blanket at Tractor Supply for me. And
I love Tractor Supply. I love that store.
when he said he was going, I saw this blanket. It had chickens on
Favorite
it.
store.
And I said, hey, if you...
My shirt is from Tractor Supply. This denim shirt.
That's nice.
$25 or $29 from Tractor Supply. You know how much the art lands in?
Oh.
Like 60
Yeah.
some odd dollars? $80? I don't know. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's
Tangent,
okay.
Interrupt. Just go to Tractor Supply.
Yeah. So he was able to find the chicken blanket. So there's going to be kind of a bundle of the 2 pillows that I made for the shop, the blanket, and then he wanted me to make him a chicken pillowcase. So I have the fabric that matches the other pillows I made. So that'll be one of his gifts. So, yeah, I'm kind of... And a lot of times if I do a shop sample, I'll just give it to somebody as a gift. But Friday, I had so much fun Friday.
What'd you do Friday?
Did you know, and I know you know, but did you know that you can machine embroidery on toilet paper?
No. I had no idea.
It is so much fun. I will be teaching a series of classes starting in November, and the first project is machine embroidering on toilet paper. My husband looked at it and he says, do you know how expensive that is? And I went, but think of how fun it was. I was more excited about that than anything. So
It makes sense. It makes sense now because if you go into the bathroom, why just have ordinary rolls of toilet paper when you have them on the shelf? You can have them decorated.
yeah,
Decorative.
I mean, this isn't something, I guess if you were in a desperate situation and it was the last roll of toilet paper in the house, you could tear off the embroidered part and then use the rest of the roll. But I was so excited. It was so much fun. So I did samples for the 3 classes, the first 3 classes. So they'll be out on the floor. So if you're a machine embroiderer person, you have a Janome machine, check them out because they are fun.
I love doing the embroidery classes when we had
Yeah.
them. It was my favorite thing to take. I loved it.
Yeah, and you enjoyed the projects too.
I enjoyed
So-
the projects. I like the make and take. Because embroidery, when you come for class, you're leaving with the finished thing, right?
Yeah.
Are you? Okay.
It'll be a 4-hour class, and
I love that.
I think the prep time, because I'm exposing everybody to different companies, a lot of us are used to Kimberbell, which is fine. But there's several other companies out there, OESD, Urban Threads, Embroidery Library, that I'm pulling patterns from them to use in the classes. So there is a learning curve to them. So just like everything, when you do something different. But I'm excited about those classes, so take a look at the website.
I think one of the most amazing things that I found out from taking the embroidery classes here at Always in Stitches is, okay, an embroidery machine is as intimidating as it gets.
Yep.
It doesn't get more intimidating. It really doesn't. But by taking that embroidery class, I felt so confident with
Yep.
an embroidery machine because we would run into issues when we were filming embroidery, we'd run into issues.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, well, I knew how to solve every single one of them after watching Nancy figure out for 30 minutes what went wrong and how to fix it, because we used to run into those issues. But it's going to happen no matter what you do.
Right.
But aside from that, it's just so fun to watch. The other thing is fun is just to watch it be made right before your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like magic.
Yeah, I took a video of when I was stitching out the toilet paper and sent it to Cindy because she has an embroidery machine. And it was kind of fun just even watching the video afterwards when I had already done it.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in machine embroidery, we can sell you a great machine. And then you can take my classes. It'll be exciting.
It's fun. I mean,
then-
there's a whole nother world out there.
Oh, yeah.
With machine embroidery. It really is.
Coming up the first of the year, I'm going to start a card club to where
Yes,
you can embroider on cards and you can send them to your friends. How special would that be? Would you feel special if I sent you an embroidered card?
Okay, do you know who sent me an embroidered card?
Wasn't me.
Diana Johnson, 4 years ago, I think it was.
Really?
Yep, she made a embroidered and stitched. It was hand stitched. It was either hand stitched or
yeah.
machine stitched. I'm gonna say, I don't know which it was, but it was a horse, and it is nobody's given me a hand stitched card. And
Yeah.
I mean, I will remember Diana Johnson
There you
my
go.
whole life.
Yeah. So if you really want to make an impression, get you an embroidery machine and start stitching out those gifts, because not everybody gets those. That toilet paper would be
No.
a great gag gift if you have to have
Okay, I want a Beavis and Butthead design to embroider on toilet paper. That's what I want to do.
Okay. All right. So in light of all of that, so you know what I've been doing, we have a giveaway. So
Giveaway.
Peter,
Who wants something for nothing?
this is pretty awesome. We have, do we get to show them what we're giving away? We just show them the back.
I don't know. You're in charge.
I don't want to be in charge. Okay. How many of you guys like Teresa Kogut and all of her designs? I personally like her. So we are giving away this Celebrate Cross Stitch book.
15 years, homies.
Yeah, this was, well, now she's been doing cross stitch patterns for 19 years, because this was published back in 2020. But this has got, how many patterns right there?
Should have 15.
Yeah, 15. And they're really cute patterns. So, Peter, what was the question that you thought of this morning?
Okay, so Nancy all weekend and last week was asking me, do you have a question for the Flosstube? And I'd give her a question and she'd wrinkle her nose and shake her head. And then I'd give her another question, she'd wrinkle her nose and shake her head. And this morning she's like, she asked me a question about music, and I'm like, yeah, go for it. And so the one question I knew that would be acceptable is what is your favorite Christmas song?
Mine or theirs?
Not yours,
Okay.
theirs. What is your favorite Christmas song? And y'all know what mine is. Okay,
yeah. You
as a
have two.
bonus,
You have two.
if you happen to know what my 2 favorite Christmas songs are, you can put that in the comments.
Ooh, I know.
Don't tell them. You can't tell them. Don't say it.
Because I
Don't say it.
always go out and search for them, play them for you.
Well, because every year when the Christmas music comes on, they don't play these 2 Christmas songs.
No,
These are
they
not
don't.
songs you will not hear.
They don't play my absolute favorite one either. I have to go find it and play it.
Oh, I know what yours absolute favorite is.
Yeah. And so does somebody else out there, because they found out on a bus trip and they bought me a t-shirt. And I love it. I cannot wait to wear it. So put your favorite Christmas song in the comments, and Peter and I will
We'll pick somebody.
pick somebody and we will get this fun book to you that you can start working on. You might be able to do one a month if you weren't knitting or making samples or sewing gifts or anything else, but There you go. How about some more patterns, Peter? We got
All right.
one or two left.
9 days before Christmas. Boom.
Madame Chantilly.
From Italy. This is all the way from Italy, you guys. This is that Italian cross stitch. Fabulous House Series number 10. It's a shroom.
Oh, there we go with
It's
shrooms
the
again.
shroom of doom.
It's a fairy house. It is not, unless you make the fairy mad.
Then it becomes a shroom of doom.
There you go.
Okay, this is Fabulous House Series number 9. You can tell we're backlogged.
Very backlogged.
This thing is gorgeous.
What was this one?
I love this
was
beach house.
10.
This is Floating House.
So we may only have 2 more in the Fabulous House series. So they'll have a new one coming out. Oh, I like this one.
Who loves some Bent Creek?
And you get the button with it.
Quaker Moon.
I like the fabric that they used.
I think Tina of 14 Count Ada Girl, who has a YouTube channel, likes little owls.
Yes, she does.
What is this? Cottage cakes. Ooh, that's fun.
Cake sounds good.
Ice cream cake is amazing.
Yes, it is.
And I like lemon cake. I don't think there's a cake I don't like. I really don't. Oh, look at these little. Hey,
Pieces.
Dawn, if you're watching, you need this.
What does Dawn not like meese?
Dawn can't stand
Oh.
mice.
Then she doesn't need it. She wouldn't stitch them.
You know what I should do? Is I should make one of these and stick it in the drawer when she comes to work. So when
Now
she
you
opens up
told
the
her
drawer.
because you know she watches Flosstube.
Well, every time she comes into work, she's gonna open up the drawer to see if the mouse is in there.
Oh my. I like this one.
Bittersweet Boulevard.
I love how they finished it.
Where's
does
the
that-
finish? I can't find it. There it is.
It's I'm trying to read the back to see where they got the finishing fabric, stitchy board. Oh, it doesn't say. Okay, if any designers, oh nope, there it is. The custom house is made by Paisley's and Polka Dots. They have some really cute finishing stuff, but I love when the designers put on there where to get this, what they finished it on, because yes, I can think outside the box, but sometimes that presentation is so perfect that you can't think of anything better.
Yeah. Well, they're designers for a reason.
Well, yeah, but a lot of times in the past they have not included that.
Yeah.
So,
But I'm
now
just
that they
saying,
have-
when the designer comes up with the finish, it always rocks because,
oh yeah,
you know, they're designers. They know what, they do it for a living.
it's in their head.
Yeah.
Then they have to get it out of their head to us.
It's not clutter, it's me.
It's cross-stitch.
Okay. Jack-o'-lantern. Stitching with the Housewives. Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery Garden House.
Jack-o'-lantern was part of the Word Swap series. Sorry.
Word swap, if you're doing word swap. Okay. This is Pansy Patch House
this one?
Potting House.
Okay, these two are also part of the Wisteria Lane series, which will be coming to an end at the end of the year. And unless they reveal it before market, the designers will usually start a series and you can get the first 2 designs at market. So who knows what they'll come up with next. They've had some fun house series, so
They're Canadian.
yes, they are.
Oh my gosh.
Can't take too long with this one.
Look at that cat.
Oh, the cat and then the mice.
Oh my god, you could do the cat and the mice. I love that idea. How brilliant would that be to do the cat right there and then to do the mice?
This is Just Cross Stitch, the Christmas Ornament magazine. Okay, now we have a string of blackbirds. Patterns.
Okay.
Not birds.
This is the Anniversaries of the Heart pattern number 7, Swan Lake. This is Anniversary of the Heart pattern number 1, Snow Garden. And y'all know how the pause button works on YouTube. If you need to see more of it or see it longer, just hit the pause button. Thank you. PSA announcement.
I didn't know you could grow snow.
Farmhouse Anniversaries of the Heart 5.
I think I need to work on that in my garden.
Happy birthday number 6.
My birthday's coming up.
Number 8.
Clara Ellen.
Anniversaries of the Heart number 2.
Do we have all of them now?
We should have every single one.
Who was doing the stitch along with these? Do you remember?
Don't know. Lenny knows, but she's not here.
That's why you guys get us, because she's not here.
That was number 4, this one right here.
They were kind of out of order.
Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I love this pattern.
Ooh, Carriage House Samplings Reindeer Feed.
Yeah, if you saw the last one, I'm responsible for these two.
I love this. I love this. Oh, look at this one. Hungry Hare Feed Sack. Now I could get this.
Yeah.
And then
Put your bunny in it.
that little bunny, man. I haven't seen him in a week.
Uh-oh.
We used to have a standing appointment. He would come at 7 o'clock every evening.
I think you've been stood up.
What is this? Midnight Magic?
Yep.
By
The Needle's Notion.
The Needle's Notion.
These are cool.
These
I
are
like
cool.
these.
I like these. Prairie Schooler Birds.
Birds, like that cardinal. Birds are hard because you can get eyes on them that make them look really crazy.
Like that cardinal?
Well, his aren't bad, but eyes are difficult.
You eyeballing me, son?
Hey, yes, he is.
Oh, Stoney Creek. I was wondering.
Yeah.
I was wondering where the magazine was, but this is a stocking.
We got the magazine a while ago.
What does that say? Dog away.
Dash away.
I'm trying to read it backwards in the camera.
It's right here.
Oh, dash away. Oh, okay. This guy.
He's cheesy.
He's up to no good. Let me just tell you. If somebody looks at you like this, just.
I get accused of that.
These are. This is Twin Peak Primitives, and they're from the Netherlands. How fun is
Yeah,
that?
these ladies are really nice. They really. I've taken some classes from them. They're a little hard to understand, but you just gotta say talk small.
Mistletoe
I like
Manor.
this one.
Mistletoe Manor, Sampler, and Smalls. So you got this big dude, and then you got them little dudes right there on the bottom. I would ask you what the names of Santa's reindeer are, but you already know.
I do.
Did I get you that one time, though, with the trick question?
What was the trick question?
I go, what are Santa's reindeers? And I said, you didn't name Clarice. And then we fought about whether Clarice
We
was
did.
Santa's reindeer or not.
She was not one of the reindeers that pulled the sleigh. So she is important in the movie, but not as one of Santa's reindeers that pulled the sleigh. And I will stand by that.
I like this one. This
Isn't
is
that
called
fun?
Santa's Patchwork Cloaks. Yeah, if you love Santa's,
I
this
want a
is
coat
beautiful.
like that.
You know, okay, did you know you could make one like this
Oh, I know I could.
with your quilting skills?
I know. But I'd rather cross stitch it.
Who did this?
Ooh,
Who did this?
20 count. Pansy patch. Can you see that on 20 count? That'd be pretty.
Oh yeah, I could see that on 20 count. That's fun. I really like this. This
Yeah.
does not look like any Christmas that I've seen. It's got a vibe to it that I like. I like that one.
This
Ooh,
is
ooh, I love
cool.
these. I love these. I love these.
Several designers I know, Cross-Eyed Cricket and Luminous Fiber Arts and Siren Stitchworks, they are taking the patriotic tapestry patterns and doing them in cross stitch.
That's exactly what these look like.
Yeah.
These old coverlets that were hand woven and hand spun in the early, late 1700s, early 1800s. I love this. I think these
Yeah.
are beautiful.
I have a couple patterns that are made like this, and when we were at Cranberry Bog, I got one that was a cross-eyed cricket. She didn't have the pattern, but we went out and I got it on Etsy, and I'm pretty anxious to get it started and then to do these little pillows to go with it. But they just kind of give you that old coverlet look.
That's cool.
And Luminous Fiber Arts has a good one. But I didn't know that a group of eagles was called a Congress of Eagles.
I didn't either.
Do you know what a group of crows is called?
A murder!
A murder!
I love
Have you ever
it.
seen the movie Birds?
No.
The Birds?
Uh-uh.
Oh, you've never seen that?
No.
Oh my gosh, you're going to have to watch it. You will never look at a crow the same way again.
I like my crows. This is... who
Tiny
is this?
Modernist.
Tiny Modernist.
Gather here.
Gather here.
So if you're looking, don't worry about what's in the bucket. Looking for something for Thanksgiving, we have several Thanksgiving patterns that you could use. That's Lenine's. I don't know why it's in the bucket. I don't know if she made it.
Did she find it?
I know nothing about it.
It's on velvet.
Yep,
Oh, maybe it was like, well, look what you can do with cross stitch.
but that's needlepoint.
It is needlepoint.
So next time Lenine is here and does a floss tube, she'll tell you about this little pouch that was in there. So, wow.
Did we survive?
I think so. I did. How about you? Peter needs a nap.
I'm exhausted. That was a lot of work.
That was a lot of patterns. And in staff meetings, I take picture or make copies of new patterns and books. And there's always a stack of cross stitch. And I'm sure the staff is just going, really? Now, I can be responsible for some of it, but Lenine's responsible for a lot of it. So I have to clarify who's responsible. And I take it proudly that I am responsible for bringing a lot of the patterns here. So I'll see something out there and say, hey, Lenine, we need this, or I'll go in and put it in the cart. And somebody's going to be busy out there putting all those up, aren't they?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
well, that is all I have, Peter. You got anything else?
I don't think so.
No? So show us what you're stitching on.
Yeah, pages on break.
We always like to see. That's how we get ideas of what to have in the shop. That if you love the pattern, then we probably love the pattern. And 10 other people out there may love the pattern. So we want to be sure to have it in here. I don't know what's coming up, if anything. So just keep an eye out for our new stuff. Stop in the shop.
We have the Stitch Retreat next door. It's the Sleep at Home, and it's from 9 to 9 Friday and Saturday, and it's on our website. So if you want to come to a Stitch Retreat here at the shop, it's not in our store; it's next door, in our event center. Check that out. That'll be fun. You can meet all kinds of people. It'll be a room filled of lovely stitchers.
All kinds of stitching, not
Yes.
just cross stitch.
Yes.
So knitting, crocheting, cross stitch, sewing, whatever. Bring it.
If you want to learn how to needle felt, well, I don't know if it's learn how to needle felt or if it's a needle felt technique class. I think it's a needle felt technique class. We have needle felting on our website. And if you want to explore crochet, we have a fabulous crochet teacher that has some really fun projects for fall.
I love the bat.
For fall and winter, like gourds, pumpkins, bats, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
Can't wait to
think of
see what
else
she's
we
got
have.
for Christmas. Oh, Missy Carpenter is coming up
Yes, hi
this
Missy.
weekend. And I'll be taking one of her wool applique classes. She's doing punch needle. And there's a trunk show, but I think that's sold out. I didn't even get it on that one. So if you want to learn from a national educator, be sure to sign up, go on the website. What else is coming up? The machine embroidery classes are coming up. That's all I can think of. I haven't visited the website yet this morning, so. Well, have a great day. Be sure to put your favorite Christmas song in the comments. And Peter and I will pick the winner for this fun Celebrate book by Teresa Kogut. And I think Lenine's going to do the next one. She's got to get a couple in before she goes to Florida. She's got to. She said she was coming up with a new schedule, so I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
So that's how we kind of got, oh, can you do a Flosstube? You're on the schedule. I am. You said you were doing a new one. Haven't done it yet. So
I think Lanine's got out of doing a couple that she was supposed
she
to
has.
do.
She really
I'm
has.
just saying.
Oh, look at the patterns.
I'm
That
pretty,
goes to
I'm pretty sure. Oh, man.
So
If you want to stitch here at the shop on Fridays, we have one Friday a month, we have a stitch along for cross stitch where we have a room
Only cross
filled with cross stitchers. So check that out Fridays. Love to have you come stitch with us, meet people, talk about cross stitch, share your projects and all that good stuff, and be social. Or you can be antisocial because you don't have to talk to anybody. You can just sit there and stitch and nobody will bother you. I love it.
that would be me.
We'll find you a chair and stick you in the corner.
Put me in the corner. All right, well, you have a great day and show us what you're stitching. Don't forget to put your favorite Christmas song in there. And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.